These are the most disrespectful moments in the NFL. From mocking Jesus to Antonio Brown publicly ranting about Tom Brady. Let's kick it off with the quarterback who took disrespect to a whole new level. Back in 2015, Cam Newton was riding high, owning the NFL like a true superstar. Despite bagging the NFL MVP award, his celebration in a game against the Titans shocked everyone. After sealing the deal with the touchdown, Newton didn't just celebrate. He danced and dabbed in the end zone in Tennessee, taunting the Titan fans ruthlessly. When the Titans players tried to stop the dance party, Newton shrugged it off. Well, when you're the MVP, you can pretty much do whatever you want, right? Now, on to a player who might just top the charts for being a bigger jerk. DeMar had the football world on edge after a shocking incident that almost cost him his life. Miraculously recovering, he made his first appearance post-tragedy wearing a jacket, with a caricature of Jesus turned into a zombie cartoon. Even NFL legend Adrian Peterson called him out. DeMar eventually apologized, but not before things went pretty bad. Speaking of things getting out of hand, let's talk about the time Antonio Brown took disrespect to a whole new level in 2022. Just before a showdown with the Atlanta Falcons, Brown dropped a bomb on social media. A photo featuring a book cover titled "Daddy Doesn't Live Here Anymore," a book about divorce. There's nothing wrong with the book, right? Wrong. It had Brady and Bunchin's cartoon versions photoshopped onto the cover. That's a low blow, especially with the news about their divorce lawyers making headlines. Everyone was pissed. Brown's previous post hugging the Victoria's Secret supermodel made things way worse. Keep in mind that Brady gave Brown a shot in the NFL and even let him crash at his place when he moved to Florida. That's not being a great friend. Now, let's talk about Rob Gronkowski, the king of disrespect in the NFL. One of the craziest moments was when Gronk decided to retire on his terms. When the Lions offered a trade, Gronk trolled them by claiming he got traded, only to retire 2 days later. Classic Gronk move. But this next guy is even worse. Enter Terrell Owens, a football expert with unparalleled talent but a special ability for making people mad. During a visit to Dallas, Owens upset the Cowboys by showing his first touchdown dance right on the Cowboys star at midfield. Owens wasn't done. He scored a second touchdown and taunted the Cowboys team and fans on their home turf. Teague tackled him mid-celebration, and even his head coach, Steve Mariucci, suspended him for a week. He probably should have toned it down. For some, winning with class defines a great champion. Unfortunately, Antoine Winfield didn't care about that at all. He might have been new to the game in 2021, but he wasn't afraid to talk smack to one of the league's best wide receivers when he got the chance. Talk about being shameless. In the final minutes of Tampa Bay's massive 31-9 win against the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl, Winfield went all in, taunting Tyreek Hill with that iconic peace sign. Let's get real. An offense with Patrick Mahomes that can't score a single touchdown in the Super Bowl is almost unbelievable, even with a banged-up offensive line. So Tampa Bay's defense deserves all the praise for securing that Lombardi trophy. And Winfield? Well, he earned the right to talk some trash, and you bet he didn't miss that chance. But whenever Odell Beckham Jr. and Josh Norman clashed on the field, things got rough. Their intense rivalry went beyond healthy competition, manifesting an outright disrespect towards each other. Teammates couldn't rein them in, and their behavior made everyone confused and annoyed. But nothing tops the level of disrespect shown when Richard Sherman humiliated a fellow player and called him out in front of millions. The tension between Sherman and Michael Crabtree had escalated during the NFL playoffs. Sherman secured the game with an interception and taunted Crabtree on live TV.
Well, I'm the best corner in the game. When you try me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree, that's the result you're gonna get.
Sherman's behavior shocked everyone, even his head coach, who suspended him for a week. But it probably wasn't as bad as what this next guy did. Deshaun Jackson's revenge against the Eagles was straight up embarrassing to look at. Cut by the Eagles, he signed with their division rival, the Washington Commanders. Facing his former squad, Jackson ran the ball backward, flapped his arms like an eagle, and kicked in a blatant display of disrespect. The Eagles? Yeah, they must have felt like hiding under a rock after Jackson pulled that stunt. But hold up. The Rams? Man, they got straight up humiliated when the next dude disrespected them, with a play that looked easier than tying your shoelaces. Golden Tate made an insane catch, and then he also taunted the Rams for a solid 30 yards, making that touchdown look like a walk in the park. I mean, seriously, embarrassing much? It's like he's waving goodbye, saying, "Catch you later, amigos. Maybe practice a bit more next year." No wonder the Rams ditched St. Louis. I'd be booking a 2 after getting disrespected like that. But the NFL isn't chill at all, and the Seattle Seahawks receiver still got fined $7,875 for that celebration. Now, it's one thing when innocent people face disrespect, but what about when it comes to a loud guy getting a taste of it? Check out our next pick, and you be the judge. Enter Vontaze Burfict, the former NFL linebacker with a reputation as one of the dirtiest players ever. This guy didn't care about opponents or their well-being. He was all about headhunting and cheap shots. So when Juju Smith-Schuster spotted Burfict running with his head down, he seized the moment, flattening him like a pancake. Not only did he turn Burfict's brain into mush, but he also stood over the guy's fetal body, dishing out some smack talk. Talk about disrespectful. Oh, so satisfying. You wouldn't want to miss this. Finally, we've got a player so disrespectful we could have dedicated a whole video to just him, Antonio Brown. Despite being one of the most talented wide receivers in history, he's jobless. And this moment is the reason why. Refusing to enter the game, tossing off his shoulder pads, and walking off the field. That's AB for you.
I'm hobbling, like I really can't get it going. I see the coach, like he looked back like could you go? I'm like, nah, I can't go. So he like, yo, get the out of here.
Even the Buccaneers, the last team to give him a shot after his antics, had enough. Some players retire peacefully, but AB chose to retire by digging himself a deep hole in hell. Was Antonio Terrell Owens-Brown the biggest egomaniac at wide receiver in NFL history? Well, he might just have been. These were the most disrespectful moments in the NFL. And if you want to see more of the worst sportsmanship moments, click on this next video.